Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here and I really do appreciate your time. I wanted to very quickly talk about this conversation concerning BBLs. I find it to be very interesting on both sides, on the men's side as well as the women's side. I, however, think there is some inconsistencies going on concerning the conversation. So I'm going to be playing a few clips from a few different commentators that have given their thoughts on the matter concerning the smell of BBLs as well as what a woman represents when she has a BBL. And then I'm gonna just be really briefly talking about how I feel about the situation. So the first clip I'm gonna play is the clip that kind of started off this whole conversation. Take a look.
Yeah, those BBLs be stinking. So you guys may have seen this online that BBL smells is trending. And there are a lot of reasons for that smell, but I think that I will tell you guys a story about a girl that I dated, and I took her out. She had a BBL. Her body looked crazy good. Like, she had it done right. Her whole body looked amazing. So we linked up and we went out, had a really good time. We went to a Lakers game and then went to a spot by LA Live and had some dinner. Had a really good time. And so she was like, so what you trying to do? I was like, yeah, let's go back to my place and relax, have a nightcap and see where it takes us. So we drive back to my spot. And so light the candles, get the music going, open up a bottle of champagne, and we sitting there and we're having a nice vibe. And, we start getting into it and everything, and clothes start to come off. And she wanted to give me a little show. So she was like, just stand right there. And so, like, she took off everything very seductively and got on my bed and started twerking that thing, right? And I was like, what the hell? Because at this point, she got nothing on. And I smelled this smell, and it hits my nose. Shit was like a assault of my nose. I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm like, baby, not to be rude, but I know we had a long day. You're not smelling that fresh down there. I think you need to get into the shower and go ahead and freshen up. And she looked at me so embarrassed. I did it as gently as I could, but what I realized is if someone has had a normal size behind for all of their life, and then they switch up, and now they got this big BBL, they have to reach back there and really clean. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not used to doing that, they might not know that, hey, you sweat differently. Everything is different when you add that much more meat back there. That thing can't breathe as good. And so she ended up getting in the shower and everything. I had everything that she needed. And I ended up clapping them cheeks. And it was much better. But some people, the smell, I think her smell was coming from just not being able to get back there and clean properly. But some people's smell is coming from what the excretions and what's coming out with the fat that they've actually put in to their bodies. So, BBLs for me is just for fun. Those women are for fun. Like, you can't take women with BBLs, in my opinion, to parent-teacher conferences. They big old ass knocking over the little kids' crayons and stuff as they try to walk through the parent-teachers conferences in them small-ass classrooms. That's not really for me. That's for fun. That's for, weekend fun. Wifey material is just regular, natural women that you can build a family with and give a great life to. But that's one of my stories on BBLs. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments.
So his video to me was very it was interesting because first of all, I don't understand why you would then go on and sleep with somebody that you know is musty, that you know their personal hygiene is not where it should be. I don't care if you did wash her up, if this is a real situation that happened, right? If this is a real encounter with a woman. Why would you then go and continue to sleep with her? Like, if I met somebody and they, came on a date with me and we kind of like established like we actually gonna get into something later, and you show up wrong, that's it. I'm not giving you another chance. You're not going in my bathroom using my products. Like, just get out. Like, But if I'm being honest with you, I have heard from my interactions with my male friends that I have that this is actually something that they have experienced too. Not so much with a BBL, but just young ladies showing up to encounters not prepared. And that's crazy to me, because I would think whether or not you're getting ready to do something grown, that you're gonna keep yourself clean as much as possible. But next, I'm gonna play some clips from other people who are speaking about this incident. One is an esthetician, a medical esthetician at a med spa, and then one is gonna be a clip from Dr. Yoon.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm a certified nurse injector and the owner of Miza Medical and Wellness Spa located in Dallas, Texas. There has been quite some discourse around BBLs causing body odor, and honestly, that's all misinformation. And if you ask me personally, I say it's the haters and the pick-me's that have come together to fight women who want to do stuff with their bodies, but that's not the point of this video. Body odor is caused by bacteria feeding on sweat that is made by our apocrine glands. Our apocrine glands make sweat that contains water, salt, fats, and proteins. These glands only kick in when we hit puberty. Prior to puberty, we have what is known as eccrine glands, which only produce sweat that contains salt and water, meaning nothing for bacteria to really feed on. When bacteria feed on the sweat made by our apocrine glands, they release chemicals that we associate to body odor. Apocrine glands are usually located in the underarm, arm, in some cases underneath the breast tissues, and the folds around our genitals. If you've recently gotten a BBL and you're not taking proper care of the new folds that have formed around your bum bum, right? You're still doing skinny girl hygiene routine when you're dragging Donkey Kong behind you. Yes, you might end up having some type of body odor, but that has nothing to do with the BBL procedure itself. That has to do with a person's personal hygiene.
Yeah, those BBLs be stinking. BBL smell.
The BBL smell is trending on social media, but what is it?
And it could be like 2 or 3 BBL baddies, and you wondering like who the hell got cheesy fries? You know, like who got their socks out? You know, something don't smell right.
So why would getting a BBL make you potentially smell bad? There are a lot of theories being thrown out there.
When women have liposuctions and BBLs, about 3 weeks later, all the way up to 3 weeks later, they have excretions, actually grease, that comes out of their body, and it has a putrid smell.
It's normal to get a little bit of drainage from having liposuction or BBL for a few days after surgery, but putrid smell after 3 weeks tells me you've got an infection. That is not normal.
When you get a BBL, your ass is so rock hard. Like, I could barely get toilet paper and like a hand between my butt cheeks.
But you gotta understand, it's like physics. If you was a chick that was like 150, right? 150 pounds, and then you got a BBL. So the BBL made you probably like 170, 180. You're not used to that go around. You feel me?
So is the BBL smell fact or is it cap? It is cap. Now, immediately after surgery, maybe you're a bit sore, maybe it's a little hard to clean back there, but otherwise, there's nothing about having had a BBL surgery that's gonna make you smell bad.
Based off of this conversation surrounding BBLs, Corey Holcomb did a little segment on his podcast where he talks about the fact that women with BBLs are just for fun and not for marriage. Take a look at what he says.
Woman with a BBL. Let's just talk about it. How can you marry a woman with a BBL and think you have a woman who believes in herself? Has this ever been said? If a woman has a BBL, she thinks lowly of herself. And when you marry a woman who thinks lowly of herself, you taking all that in. A BBL is good to look at if that's what you want to do. Because I ain't going to lie. She got a BBL. It changed her life. Her BBL, she wound up getting married. Because it was a dude who was down on his luck, and he married her. And she got mad at me. She was like, "F you, Corey, I got a husband." I was like, "But he moved into your apartment that you rent with your 2 kids."
I know who you talking about.
And so she got mad at me. She got mad at me, but all I did was set a fact. How does a fact make you mad? How does a fact make you mad? You got a nigga at rock bottom. You could get them. I'm talking about a nigga who is like in his 40s and ain't got nowhere to go. Them niggas is out there for you, ladies. Them niggas is out there for you. But most women with BBLs have to settle for men. How can I put this shit without sounding like a hater? I don't know if I can say it without sounding like a hater. I guess I'm gonna sound like a hater. If your wife got a BBL, you pick them from the bottom of the barrel, homie.
So I don't completely agree with the things that he's saying. I understand what he's saying, and to me, I understand that just like for us women, we have men that we know are gonna be just for a good time and men that we would actually consider marrying. I know that men have their version of that as well. Why would you even entertain a young lady that you don't really respect, that you look at as, oh, well, you don't like yourself because you had to get plastic surgery, so why should I take you seriously? Yeah, why take her seriously? Why even entertain her? Why even sleep with her? Because the reality is, I know we don't always think about it beforehand, but this is how children are born. This is how unwanted babies come into the situation, because you have adults who are so-called just sleeping around just for fun people, and they end up being the people that these people have kids with. And that's the part I don't understand. Like, if you don't really like BBLs, if men in general, because that's what I'm hearing from this conversation, is you have a lot of men saying, well, we don't really like BBLs, we like natural women, which I don't really believe that. I think majority of men do not care and do not have a preference. If anything, their beauty standards are based off of hip-hop inspired rap video vixen culture. And that has been the culture that has been perpetuated by black men for years. And I'm talking about the black male rappers who have set the standard of beauty for the black community, and for a lot of times everyone. You know, this is why the Kardashians went and inflated all their behinds, because they wanted to partake in that culture as well. And that's why so many women are going out and getting these surgeries. I know when you ask women, why did you get a BBL? Typically they try to make it seem like, oh, I got it for myself. I just wanted to change this about myself. I wasn't comfortable with my body. But the reality is, if those women were being honest, the truth of the matter is, women do a lot of these things to compete with other women for men's attention. And if more men truly did not like when women get these over-exaggerated fake body parts, if y'all didn't really like that, there's too many of y'all who are praising it, who are following these women on social media accounts, who are paying for their OnlyFans. So somebody is being dishonest. But what I will say, what I do think is a major part of this, is there are a distinction of men who I do feel are more attracted to BBLs versus the types of men who aren't. And that may be what Corey Holcomb was trying to touch on. I don't know if he would consider himself a better man. I don't know. I do know with my personal experience dating that the type of men that are attracted to me are the type of men who are attracted to women who are naturally attractive, who invest in their natural beauty, who make sure their natural beauty is top tier. And those tend to be men that have a higher standard in general, because it comes down to the simple fact of, I need to know if you're naturally beautiful, because I need to see what your genetic material is, so that when I have kids with you eventually, I know what my kids, or I can predict what my kids are going to look like. I think you're talking about two different types of men. Issue here is, I think majority of men are not those men that have those high standards, are not those men that are cultured and world traveled and have been exposed to different types of beauty, and then would have that appreciation for natural beauty. I think the average guy is someone who, again, grew up with hip-hop video vixen beauty standards, and those are the ones that they truly have. As we can see, the average guy, whether he's a celebrity or not, is going for the BBL girls. Now, even if they're going for them just for sex, they're still going for them. So we can't one minute say all men just prefer natural, and then the next minute we look at all these men still going for those girls that have all the surgery. something, it's not making sense. It's as simple as that. But that's all I have to say on this conversation. Please comment below if you have a BBL and you're like, I don't know what this is about. I take care of myself. My hygiene is on point. I don't have these issues. Or comment below if you are a man or a woman who have encountered a woman with a BBL who showed up wrong. Or just give me your reaction to the conversation in general. Let me know how you feel. Thumbs up my video before you go. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.